Shalom Aleichem, everyone. We're continuing here in Hachseg's learning of the Pele Yoetz, day number 164, and we are in the world and the spiritual realm of the Veikos, of getting close to the Rabbi Shalom. Rabbi Chazal teaches as well, anyone that is Dovid, that clings to the Chachamim, to the Torah sages, Ki'ilu Dovid v'Shechina, it's as if you are Dovid, you are clinging to the Shechina. And even more than that, they say, anyone who has the hana, has pleasure from a suda, a meal of a Talmid Chacham, they mean you're eating with the Talmid Chacham. Shroi b'seicha, you're there together with them. It's as if you are nena, you will be delighting from the ziv, from the shine and the glow and the splendor of the Shechina itself. Amnam, however, he cautions, says the Pele Yoetz, this statement that Chazal are making doesn't apply to everyone that we call in our time a Talmid Chacham. Now, again, if he's writing this over 100 years ago in his times, Allah has come of a kamal, the more so now. Kila midrash wa ikr. The main thing is not the midrash, is not the learning and the talking about your chachma. Ela ma'isa, the main thing is the ma'isa, the actions that a person takes. V'doeg v'achitoyvel v'yeravam. You have three people, Doeg, Hadoimi, Achitoyfel, and Yeravam ben Nabat. These were three wicked people. However, Ayu Chachamim Gedolim, they were big Talmidei Chachamim. V'nichadu min ha'olam hazeh min ha'olam, but they lost their schus in this world and the world to come. V'yom Rabbi says, and Chazal tell us, V'nasi ba'amcha lo yisahar. A nasi, a prince that is amongst amcha, your people, your nation, do not curse. But oise ma'isa amcha, one that does the actions of amcha, of your nation. Which means, says the Pele Yoetz over here, that everyone that claims to be a Talmid Chacham, everyone that is praised to be a Talmid Chacham, everyone who looks like they are Talmidei Chachamim, don't only look at what it looks like, you have to know if in fact it goes very, very deep inside of them, the Chachmas HaTorah, the wisdom of the Torah. And therefore he writes, Ve'achacham, shetzarech lidavek bo, the Chacham, the Torah scholar that you need to cling to, who yiras chetay kedemes l'chachmasay, someone that their fear of sin, it precedes their chachma, their wisdom. Umayse merum echachmasay, and their actions, their mitzvahs, their chesed, their compassion, everything that it means to be a yid, all of that is greater than their chachma, greater than the wisdom that they have. Ulechol hayoshev imay, and anyone that sits together with one of these Talmidei Chachamim, or they are sitting together with him by a suda, by a meal. Piv pasach b'chachma, the mouth of that scholar is open with wisdom. V'saras chesed al lishon, and the Torah of chesed, he's always speaking good things and kind things and deep things and ideas and Torah and ma'asim that will give you chizuk and hashgacha pratis, all the different things Talmidei Chachamim are going to speak about. V'chol devar of divrei Torah, all of his words are divrei Torah. V'der chayim teichachas musar, and the way of life is teichachas musar, is the rebuke of musar. He's speaking musar to elevate you and inspire you and correct you. V'afilu sichasan shel Talmidei Chachamim, even the sikh, even the stam, the conversations of Talmidei Chachamim, tzricha Talmud require learning and understanding. She'afilu mashenir lefanim sicha b'teila. Even sometimes it looks like, what's this rabbi, what's he talking about over here? He's talking about politics. What's he talking about over here? He's wasting his speech on, he's speaking about what's he speaking about? It looks like sicha b'teila, like it's wasted words. Hama'ayin ba, but if you look deeper inside, yimse tuv tam v'das, you'll find only truth and goodness and good seichel that he has. Shiras l'lamed adam das, oy niflois chaz Hashem v'chadam. He just wants to teach a person how to think. He wants to teach them good das, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. And he wants to show them sometimes the niflos, the wonders of the chesed of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in this world. You hear the Talmid Chacham telling over ma'asim stories about something that happened to him or a ma'asim happened to somebody else. It's tremendous hashgacha pratis. Look at that. It's to be mechazik, to strengthen the people that he's talking to. V'chol devar l'shem shemayim, all of his words are for the sake of heaven. Ba'oivin sha'adavik bai tamid, so therefore someone that clings to Talmidei Chachamim constantly, say sheyilmad mimenu, at the end you will eventually learn from him as well. V'yelech v'derech chayim, and you too will go in the pathways of life. V'orchais tzadikim yishmor, and the pathways of tzadikim, of the righteous, you will guard. So stay by Talmidei Chachamim, stay connected to them, learn from them, listen to them, because in their presence you will learn what it means to be a Yid. And he's going to say such beautiful things. Chazal warn us, Minu b'nechem min hahigayon, you need to hold your children back from idle chatter and empty conversations and the like. Rather, you should put them on the knees of Talmidei Chachamim. If they can be by the Talmidei Chacham all day long and be with him and watch him and learn him, they will become tzaddikim themselves. V'tani Tana, we learned in the Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, Yibeischa beizvad l'chachamim, your house should be a house, a meeting place of a chachamim, of the wise, of Torah scholars. V'mischamim kineged or, and you should warm yourself up by their heat, by their light, shel chachamim, v'misabek ba'afar ragleim, and you should take in the dust, you should sit in the dust of their feet, and drink their words thirstily. That is the way of a Jew when he's around Talmidei Chachamim. Search for them, look for them, find them in your life. I'm sure everybody has Talmidei Chachamim in their life that they can get closer to. Take advantage. That's what they're here in the world for. Call them, meet them, sit down with them, learn from them, learn with them, whatever you can do, because your life will be transformed from the Talmidei Chachamim that you are around. Whatever it is that I learned in all of my years in yeshiva, whatever it is that I learned after yeshiva, whatever I was able to steig and to grow, it's only because I was bli ayin har, surrounded by great Talmidei Chachamim, not just in the Torah knowledge they have, but also in the midos, in the character, in the yirah shemayim, in the way that they treated other people. You saw shalom bayis with a husband and a wife, Talmidei Chachamim, tzaddikim, the way they talked to each other, the way that they treated each other, the honor, the respect, everything, how they treated their children, how they raised their children, how they dealt with their students, everything. We learn everything from the Talmidei Chachamim that we can be around. They are the examples and the role models of what it means to be a Yid. V'yadua shekach umnasa shel Yetzirah. Says the Pele Yoetz, got to be on guard, because this is the umnasa, this itself is the and this is the trade of the Yetzirah. Sheyeshev tamid al yamina shel adam, he's always sitting on the right side of a person, l'sitnai, to tempt him, u'larchika mikol davar tov, and to pull him away and distance him from all good things. We're saying right now the best thing is be around Talmidei Chachamim. The Yetzirah is going to try to get you to stay far, far away. V'kol shekei midavar zeh, all the more so from this, because he knows if you're around Talmidei Chachamim, if you are working on your dveikis and Hashem, and you're emulating the midas of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like we spoke about yesterday, to become more and more like the Rabbi, connected to Hashem, the Yetzirah knows that will be his downfall. Because when you're connected to Hashem, you don't even hear the Yetzirah. You're not entreated by his words. You don't care about anything he has to say, because you know what the emes is. You know the truth is to be Dovid and Hashem. There's nothing greater than that. Shai Amru, it says in the Gemara, if this maneuver, this low life, the Yetzirah, ends up being pug, he meets you, drag him into the base midrash, drag him into the house of study. If he's a stone, he's going to dissolve. He'll disappear from all the studies, from the Torah that you're learning. If he's metal, he's made out of iron, he'll shatter. That's it. The Yetzirah, it's the kryptonite of the Yetzirah is the Torah. He will be destroyed inside of the Beis HaMidrash. Uksiv, and therefore it says in the pasuk in Devarim, Yarayv kamata lichi, let my teachings, the Torah, let them drip like rain. Why should the Torah drip like rain? Listen to this beautiful mashal. Just like rain can end up cutting into a stone, as we know the famous story of Rabbi Akiva, He saw the water dripping, 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 dripping on the stone. He said there was a hole that was bored out in the stone. Rain has the koyach to wear away and to split the stone and cut into the stone. Someone who goes to the Beis Midrash to learn constantly, and he hears the words of Torah, the words of Musar, of improvement, the Yiras Hashem, and the words of the fear, the awe, the reverence of the Ribbono Shel Olam. They will cut in to the heart of stone that a person has. That's the koyach of Torah. That's the only thing that can cut into your heart, the only thing that can change you and transform you into a different person is the koyach, is the power of Torah. A new spirit will renew itself. A good spirit will renew itself inside of you. And therefore, what does the Yetzer Hara do? He lost. So he went once to the Beis HaMidrash. And you will sit there 1 or 2 hours, but the Yetzer Hara is dancing around inside that basement trying to get you in a moment of weakness, when you spaced out, when you're not paying attention, when you're getting tired. And what will he do? He convince you, this is what a waste of my time. I didn't even learn anything. I know this already. This is boring. I don't understand what's going on over here. And he says, you know what? It's so much better out there in the world. Why don't you go to a house of revelry? Why don't you have a good time? Go watch some Netflix. You'll feel much better about yourself. You should sit in the coffee shops all day long. You should sit in the movie theaters. You should go to the sports arenas. You should just be a chum, be a pal, be the chevra with everybody else. You get a few l'chaims over here and there. You'll take one of these, what do they call them? One of these chewables. You'll have a little high. You'll feel good about yourself. That's the Yetzer Hara comes along and convinces the person that out there in the wild west, in the wild world that we live in, it's better than being inside the Beis HaMidrash connected to Torah, Rachmana litzlan. All day and all night, you should be busy doing other stuff. You'll never get tired. It's so exciting. You ever see people so pumped up? It's so exciting. That affair is exciting, and this waste of time is exciting, and this thing is exciting. Why? That's all Yetzer Hara Adarabba. But it's just the opposite. Instead of getting tired, there you'll find peace, tranquility. You'll be so happy. The Yetzer Hara is so crafty, so sly and slick. He knows exactly what to tell the person. And then we actually believe that. And we leave the Beis HaMidrash, we leave our learning, we leave Talmidei Chachamim, we leave mitzvahs, we leave all that behind, and we convince ourselves, like the Yetzer Hara told us, this is what it's all about. This is life. Now I'm living in there. It was so hard. I always had to strain my brain, and I had to concentrate, and I had to focus in, and I had to try to understand things. No, I could just enjoy, have a good time. That's all Atzas HaYetzer. That's the advice of the Yetzer Hara. And this HaKadosh Baruch Hu bemoans the fate of such a Jew. And he says, Yaakov, Klal Yisrael, you don't call out to me. Ki yagati bi Yisrael, because Yisrael, the Jewish people, you have grown weary of me. Rachmana litzlan, to grow weary of Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Makor HaChaim, is the source of life. He's the source of Ruchnias. He's the source of Torah, the source of Kedusha, of Tahara. Everything is Hashem. You can grow weary of Hashem? You can't. Your neshama never can. My nefesh loi simole, like it says in Koheles, the nefesh, the soul, is never satisfied. The more Hashem that has, the more Torah that wants more and more and more. But the Yetzer Hara comes in and kidnaps a person, espionage. It comes and it steals and it robs you from the Beis HaMidrash, from the Devekis in Hashem, and convinces you that that's what life is all about. But a person that is tahor, that is pure, and he has removed the veil of blindness from his eyes. He knows certainly, in order to be a kosher Jew, a real full-fledged Yid, serve HaKadosh, and to be someone that's an Oved Elokim serving Hashem, As Yitzhak, you have to force, you have to subdue the Yitzhar, squelch it. It's enough you just get that Yitzhar out of there and bring him to the Beis Midrash and force him to sit there with you in the Beis Midrash and learn. Listen even to the words of learning. Talmid constantly, afila al korcha, even against his will. And you'll be there feeling also that you're against your will. It's not for my benefit, this is hard work over here. However, at the end, it will become so sweet. V'yevusam, so pleasant, delectable, says the Pele Yoetz. V'yevusam will be like a sweet smelling fragrance for that person. V'yelech, keep going and growing. Haloich v'nasei, travel b'darcha yehidus, in the ways of Yiddishkeit, of Judaism. V'aprishus, and the way separate himself from the world. V'chasidus, and piety is going to get closer and closer to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Kadavar amash segulas haTorah. Like we say that the segula, the treasure of the Torah is levayer es ruach hatuma, is to burn out the spirit of impurity that's in a person. That's what Torah does. And that's why through the Torah we can have dveikus in Hashem, because all of the mechitzos, all the barriers of impurity that are holding us back, they burn off of our soul, and then our neshama is just connected to Hashem. And that's why HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I wish they would just leave me, says Hashem. He's talking about by the days of the Chorban Beis Hamikdash, when he was ready to destroy it. He said, if only they would leave me, but they would guard my Torah. Because the light that's in the Torah, machziran lemutav, will bring them back to the side of good. The Torah cleans out a person. It purifies a person. It's mekadesh. It sanctifies a person. And even if you're distant from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Torah is going to bring you back. This is one of the great pathways of kiruv in the world. The whole big machlek is, how should you be makar of a person? Should you just teach him chumash and philosophical ideas and esoteric ideas, Kabbalah, Kabbalistic ideas? Is that the way to grab a person in? Or should you teach them bava kama and go through a sugya with them where they have to break their head on it? So many of the great gedolei makarvim of this world who have been involved in kiruv for years, they say take a sugya in the Gemara. Because the Torah is so powerful, what does it do? It burns out the impurity that's inside of the person. It brings them in touch with their neshama, removes the veil of blindness that they've been living in, the darkness, the cheshech. The light of Torah is so strong, it brings them back to Hashem. And then he writes, someone who goes to the Chachamim, they will become wise. They will reach the Orchos Chaim, the ways, the pathways of life. And therefore do this and you will live. And if a person wants real emes chaim, emes life, they want to live the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to, do everything that you can to learn more Torah, to emulate the ways of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the midas, to connect yourself to Talmidei Chachamim, stay around them, you learn their great fragrance of Torah and of good midas and Yerushalayim. It's going to rub off on you eventually, and you could also become that person that will be Dovid, that will cling to Hashem. All the best.